There is nothing outside of you. Why? Because you are the universe. I am the universe, and we are all one. I am you, and you are me. Now, the experience we have here on earth is an illusion. It's a real experience, but it's an illusion. Why is it an illusion? Because it looks like you are you and I am me, and we have nothing to do with one another. I mean, we're both human beings, but you are you and I am me. That is never the case, ever at all. I am connected to you and you're connected to me at all times. We are all connected to everything at all times. When we're back home in the spirit world, this is fundamental truth. And so we know this, and what permeates the whole existence is pure unconditional love. And it's delicious and it's divine. But then, because we have eternity to just bathe in pure unconditional love, it gets to a point where we're like, what if we played a game where we felt literally separate? What if we tried that to see what the opposite of unconditional love feels like? How would we react? And so we choose to come have this experience for growth. Because in the midst of the opposite of unconditional love, hate, anger, chaos, dense emotions, in the midst of those, if we're able to remain as who we are and choose love regardless, then that's a huge opportunity for growth, exponential. And so that's why we come here. And so we come here and we begin to experience separation, and we begin to look outside of ourselves for truth. We begin to look outside of ourselves for approval, for love, for happiness, and for fulfillment. And so we're going around in circles, always waiting for the world to show us, the external world, to show us something that will comfort us. And so growing up, I never felt handsome. I never felt attractive. I never really felt pretty. And yet, I was waiting for the world to show me that. It's like, who's going to see me? Who is going to do it? Why is no one doing it? Because there's no out there. The experiences I have, the things that I see and perceive in the external world are a reflection of my inner world. And so the ideas I hold in my mind are being projected out into the hologram of the third dimensional world. And then I see them, and then I think I'm being attacked. I think that it's not fair. I think that I am the victim. Because I forgot that that's actually a reflection, because we live in a cosmic universe, and that nothing is really physical. Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating. Now, the five senses, your physical senses, will lie to you. And they lie to you so that you can have this experience. So it's designed that way. And so remembering that there's nothing outside of yourself and that you are literally the universe is one of the biggest gifts, or the biggest gift one can ever receive, because it's a remembering of who we really are while playing the game of forgetfulness. How amazing is that? Now, that comes with a price that the ego obviously doesn't like, which is you get to take responsibility for everything that shows up for you. Everything. What does that mean? So if someone bullies me, in the traditional, typical victim mentality, it's like, why are they doing this? They're the enemy. I hate them. I want to kill them. I don't like them. I want to push that away. And so that's how we respond. When in actuality, the person bullying you is a reflection to you. Meaning, what part of yourself is being a bully to you? What is your ego consciousness doing to bully who you really are? And so we don't realize that the fact that someone is bullying me is a reflection of me being a bully to myself. Or if you're desperately wanting the external world to approve of you and say that you are pretty and say that you are beautiful, but you're not getting it. And it's frustrating. So your not getting it is a reflection of what's inside of yourself. So what is your ego consciousness telling you about yourself when it comes to your beauty? Do you tell your inner child, do you tell yourself that you are actually very beautiful because you are a divine expression? Are you giving yourself the love that you are seeking in the outside world? Because if you're not giving it to yourself, then the outside world cannot mirror it back to you. And so it starts with you. And so the hamster wheel, the rat race we go through on earth is the insanity of wanting the world to reflect back to us something we don't have in us. But the good news is that you can give yourself anything. You are the universe. There's no separation. The five senses are lying to you, so it feels separate. I know. And as long as we're under the veil of forgetfulness and we're localized in the third dimension, that will be the case. We will continue to perceive, to experience the illusory nature of reality, but we can transcend that as we're having the illusory experience. And be like, even though it looks separate, I know that there's no separation. I know that I am the universe, and I know that I am inherently worthy and perfect. We are pure perfection. Now, the personality is not perfect. The physical body wears out. It dies eventually. So it's not perfect by design, but you are not your body. You are the light that literally makes your body stay alive for as long as you inhabit it. And when you move on, the physical body dies and deteriorates immediately. And this essence of who you really are is perfection. You can never not be perfection. And so if you want to change your life, if you want to see a different reflection in your world, it starts with you. So self-love is so powerful because of that. Because when you're literally nurturing yourself, you're giving yourself love and warmth and food, and do you know what I mean? Like you're picking yourself up, then that's what you're putting inside of yourself. That's the story you're telling yourself, your personality, your inner child. And so because you begin to have that inside of yourself, the world begins to mirror that back to you. And the brilliance of it all is now you are not depending upon the signs from the outside world to feel validated. When you treat yourself first and you love yourself first, then that's all you need, because you are all the power. You are the universe. But then the external world will reflect that back to you, but you don't need it anymore. And so when you see the new reflection, of course it's amazing. Of course it feels good. Of course we want it. But now it's like interesting reflection, because you know that it's mirroring the love that you now already have. And you're not depending on the external world to give it to you. Because when we do that, sometimes we're like seeking it and seeking it and seeking it. And then we might find some signs that we all were loved, but they're all fleeting. They do not last. It can only last when you give it to yourself. So I'm talking about love, but this goes for anything else. So whatever it is that you're seeking in the outside world, you get to give it yourself first. There's no out there. Everyone is you pushed out. As within, so without. And so I never really loved myself growing up. I resented my flaws, the human flaws, which is the human aspect of existence, which is finite, which is flawed by design. And so that's what I was focusing on, and I proved myself right. Now I give me so much love. Mirror work is excellent for this. Sexual energy transmutation is also phenomenal for this. Phenomenal. I cannot even describe it. And so I nurture myself. And now what I see is a different reflection. But I don't really need the reflection because now I already got it. But nonetheless, the world reflects that back to me. And it feels divine. Same thing for finances. The story I told myself always growing up was, I will never be able to provide for myself. I am not enough. I don't fit in this world. These were all of the stories, and I spent the first half of my life proving myself right when it came to that. And I experienced lack over lack over lack when it came to me creating wealth, if that makes sense. And so now my life is changing so much. Everything is changing, and I see that it's a reflection. It's not like, oh, I'm so lucky that things are changing now. It's got nothing to do with luck. It's a reflection, and it's beautiful to see the external world mirroring something different for you, and you know that it's a reflection. It's one of the most amazing things. And it's like, yeah, I am really all the power, and so are you. You can do anything. You can manifest anything. It starts with you. You get to love yourself. You get to nurture yourself, and you get to feed yourself with what serves you. And so if this message resonates with you, I'm sure you're going to love the video. I'm going to link up here so you can go ahead and check it out.